Previously on Pocket Survival 1, Lugia's Reef. 20 Pokemon began their Pocket Survival journey in Lugia's Reef, split across two tribes of 10, Pukenga and Tohunga. Big key players on both tribes began making their mark, like Anita, a Liepard on Tohunga, vowing to play the game with strategy alone in mind, and Lilith on Pukenga, using multiple friendships to get her way and start leading the Pukenga tribe in terms of strategy. Tohunga would be the first tribe to go to Tribal Council, dropping Unknown the Unknown with a vote of 8-2, marking them as the first Pokemon eliminated in Pocket Survival, even if Eleanor the Beartick was hoping for a different outcome. After that, it's been all Pukenga at Tribal, dropping Adam the Hydreigon after a huge outburst, Wendy the Wooper in hopes of getting better in challenges, and Terry the Colossal for bossing his way around in the tribe. Will Pukenga win a second immunity challenge? Will Tohunga continue their immunity streak? And with 16 Pokemon left, who else will be voted out? All that and more answered in this episode of Pocket Survival. Alright, episode 5. Day 12! The Pukenga tribe has lost another giant member of their tribe. So they continue to look relatively small, and then we jump to Tohunga, which is still massive looking. I mean, this can't be too good for Pukenga, right? Reward! In a walled-off arena, the 3 monsters from each tribe will play a game of fucking basketball. Just basketball. First team to score 15 points earns a victory point. Teams change to 3 other players. Mons can play a second time for their tribe if a third game required. First tribe to score 2 victory points win reward. The reward for winning this challenge will be a trip to a natural hot spring and a feast of chocolate. Gotta be worth playing for, ain't that right? Of course, Tohunga, to keep the tribe even numbered, gonna have to sit out 2 Pokemon now. They're sitting out Cyrus and Rebecca. They aren't too, you know, it's a big reward. But they're gonna sit out their people because I think they want to keep immunity strong. Wow, I drug that word out. Got round 1, Buddy, Florabella, and Lilith versus Jeremiah, Ramses, and Farah. God, I want to see Farah ball and Loki. I want to see a Venusaur play basketball. Pukenga won that one. That's 1 point Pukenga. It's the first one to 3 victory points. 2 victory points. So Pukenga's 1 away. We got Amber, Scrap, and Steinhagen taking on Anita, Eleanor, and Ace. This one could be tough. Tohunga earns the point. Score ties up 1-1 this last game, which allows repeats. We'll do it. Buddy, Scrap, and Steinhagen versus Ramses, Farah, and Eleanor. Those are some big mons playing basketball over there. And it doesn't work. Pukenga earns a point. That is 2-1. Pukenga finally wins a challenge. It's been since episode 1. Win a trip to a natural hot spring and a feast of chocolate. Beautiful, delicious. The tribe spends their time enjoying their reward together, relaxing in the hot springs and eating chocolate. It's very relaxing. This tribe is getting neutered. Back at camp, after getting back from the reward, Lilith notices that Steinhagen smuggled chocolate bars back to camp from the reward. He demands to be given one. Steinhagen refuses, saying, he's a large guy. He needs the food. But after Lilith threatens to tell everyone, Steinhagen complies and gives her 1 chocolate bar. And both mons are very annoyed with each other afterwards. Petal, he's stealing a chocolate bar. She's truly fallen from grace. Ah. When Scrap is hanging out alone, Tom approaches him and asks if he'd be down to make a final 2 pack together. Scrap, surprised by the sudden suggestion, asks why, and Tom explains that they worked pretty well last vote, and wants to go to the end with him, as he sees Scrap as someone that could help them get far in the game. Scrap still seems a bit confused on why he specifically was asked, but he does agree, more so to avoid an awkward situation as opposed to actually aligning with Tom. It's been a bit since we won a challenge. That reward felt great. I think it might symbolize us going on a new trajectory as a tribe. A path of winners! Oh, I can't wait. After 3 tribals in a row, it'll be simply fantastic to have a break. And we go to Tohunga. Tracy throws a fit in the middle of camp after they lose the reward challenge. Usually known for, being adorable and cutesy and innocent, thanks to her usual act, things slip a little, and she complains about being hungry. MC tells her, yeah, just eat some rice, and Tracy complains, that isn't the same, she wants chocolate. Other tribe members notice and see to think less of Tracy because of her chocolate tantrum. Unfortunate. Cyrus demands to know what Farah sees in Tracy and why the two are so close. How anyone could be so close to a mom that can throw tantrums like that on a moment's notice. And how when she's not throwing tantrums, she's the most bland and annoying cutesy thing imaginable. Farah admits that Tracy reminds her of one of the orphans she takes care of, who was dropped off at the orphanage after being part of a rich family for years, so was particularly spoiled. Can't believe that annoying little spitball. She's gonna complain about not getting enough chocolate despite not doing anything, even though she wasn't sat out. Damn brat wants a free ride. A chocolate needs to learn there are no free rides in life. We are on day 13, which I believe is an immunity challenge. It is! Another big immunity challenge. Both tribes will be on their starting map with a large sample. Bruh! Oh no, this is different. Buried in the sand pit is 15 different puzzle pieces. The tribes must dig through the sand to recover the pieces. Once they recover all 15, they advance to a tall scaffolding-like set where 15 more pieces are scattered around to find. After all 30 pieces are found, the tribe must return to the start and use those pieces to complete a large puzzle. First tribe to finish their puzzle wins immunity. Losing tribe will go to tribal council, where someone will be the 5th Pokemon voted out of the Pocket's rival Lugia's Reef. Whereas Tohunga, to keep the tribes even numbered, must sit 2 Pokemon out. They choose to sit out Tracy and Jeremiah. They are really gunning for this immunity. Alright, the winner of today's immunity challenge, Tohunga wins immunity once more. Pukenga will have to go to tribal council for the 4th time in a row. Pukenga is so funny. They are losing a lot. Eleanor celebrates the immunity challenge win by preparing an extra large pot of rice so that everyone can get a bigger portion. Cyrus is furious, yelling at Eleanor for using up way too much rice. Eleanor says that she just wants to celebrate, but Cyrus continues putting her down, arguing they shouldn't waste so much food just because they won a random immunity challenge. I mean, they've been winning so much. If they celebrated every win, they'd be out of rice by now. Rebecca and Anita meet up together again just to double check they're still on the same page, still primarily allies, still focused on getting to the end together. Both seem to agree and be fine with how things are going. Is Rebecca really my number 1 now? No, I don't believe so. She's still a strong ally, sure, but I wouldn't say she's my number 1. I'd probably have to go to Farah now, since I was willing to create a whole new majority alliance just to satisfy her. Now we got Pukenga. They've got Tribal tonight. Gotta watch out. Florabella is complaining to herself about how annoying it is that their tribe is constantly losing challenges and that everyone needs to try harder so there's no risk of going home. Buddy overhears, tries to calm her down, convince her that everyone's trying their best, but Florabella is not convinced, accusing Buddy of just lying to her again like he did before Adam got voted out. And she pulls an Eleanor in anger. Oh, stomp, stomp, stomp. How? I just realized she's a Maractus. How does she stomp? I guess she jumps very forcefully. Florabella pulls Lilith, Amber, and Tom together to complain about Buddy, trying to convince them he is a liability. Lilith isn't hearing any of it, but Florabella takes a page out of Buddy's book, telling her that he said he's only putting up with Lilith so that she can get him further in the game. Lilith's almost immediately convinced and outraged, and agrees to take Buddy out tonight. That didn't take very much now, did it? Damn, the ship is dead! last very long. Buddy and Scrap hang out with Steinhagen while he's cooking dinner, and Buddy talks about how he tried to cheer up Florabella, but it didn't go well. That he saw her chatting up the girls of the tribe and Tom. Scrap is concerned, filling Buddy in that whenever Lilith wants someone gone, odds are it's gonna happen, and if Florabella has convinced Lilith to send Buddy out, he might be out. Buddy seems to realize this, and Scrap suggests voting out Lilith. Scrap and Tom meet up to discuss a plan for tonight. Scrap shares his side's plan is to target Lilith. Tom shares that their side's plan is to take out Buddy. Both moms discuss which side to take in this instance, realizing they're in the middle here. And the deciding factor in who goes home tonight. They can decide on what's best and play it rationally. Can you believe that? Pukenga and rationality. Those are two words I did not expect to hear together. I can't believe my favorite man would badmouth me behind my back. Me! He has completely betrayed my trust and he has to go tonight. You know, I thought Lilith and I were going well. That we might even go the distance, but instead things go down like this. It's like pretty sad, you know? But what has to be done must be done. Hopefully it goes in my favor. It seems like the vote is between Lilith and Buddy tonight, unless something happens. Pukenga for the 4th time in a row. Well, Pukenga, things had been looking like they would improve with the reward win a few days ago, but seeing where you are now, that didn't last very long. Those hot springs were like amazing, you know? I usually don't like being in the water, but the temperature was just perfect. And the chocolate, oh, it had been so long, I almost forgot how delicious it tasted. I need to find a way to make some here. The reward win was great, yes, but following that was yet another immunity loss that sees you all back here for what is now the 4th straight tribal. Yeah, and Samans on the tribe seem to be completely fine with that. That I say, what chumps you are. Yeah, and that same Mon has apparently been talking crap about me behind my back after I did so much for him. Think you know a guy? Yeah, I don't know how much truth there is to those statements, Lilith. I don't think Buddy's the kind of Mon that'd do that. Nice to say, another loss like this cannot be good for tribe morale. Damn right it's not. I'm one of the best football players. Hell, I'd say I'm a football god. I'm not used to losing like this. It's degrading. Maybe a bit of an overreaction, Tom, but yeah, the tribe is not getting on very well. That is unfortunate to hear, but now's the time to find out who is the latest victim of the Pukenga pre-merge fiasco. It is time to vote. Florabella, you're up first. If anybody has a hate immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Lilith. 1 vote Lilith. Buddy. That's 1 vote Lilith, 1 vote Buddy. Lilith. That's 2 votes Lilith, 1 vote Buddy. Lilith. That's 3 votes Lilith, 1 vote Buddy. Buddy. That's 3 votes Lilith, 2 votes Buddy. Buddy. We're tied. 3 votes Lilith, 3 votes Buddy. 1 vote left. 5th Pokemon voted out of Pocket's rival Lugia. Reef. Lilith. You're gonna have to bring me your torch. Lilith. The tribe has spoken. I cannot believe this. I put my trust into my favorite gals and Tom, the majority. And what happens? Here I am, sitting on loser stump, talking about how I lost. It's shameful. That low, she was my favorite to make fun of. Don't worry, there'll be more people to make fun of. There always are. Here we are, episode 6, day 14. Pukenga tribe is getting smaller by the day. There are only 6 of them left. Tohunga down to still 9. They were the first tribe to go to tribal council. They have not been there since. Bored with not much to do around camp, Florabella calls the entire tribe's attention. Show them how to use a slingshot. She's usually skilled with a revolver, but she's not exactly allowed to bring one on the show because it's a revolver. So a slingshot's gonna have to do. She impresses the tribe by teaching them how to use a slingshot and teaching them all the basics. Amber is sitting alone when Scrap and Tom approach her to see up. Amber admits she's upset and confused about how last tribal went, since 4 Mons agreeing to vote out Buddy, a majority, but only 3 voted for her. Someone flipped. Tom tries to suggest Florabella flipped, but Amber doesn't believe it would be her. Seems like she has a decent idea of who exactly did it, but won't say it aloud around Tom and Scrap. Steinhagen is relaxing, eating berries in the shelter, thankfully knowledgeable on edible berries in the lake when Buddy walks over and thanks him for being on his side last tribal. Steinhagen appreciates the thanks, admitting he sees Buddy as a friend, not to mention Lilith was very toxic and didn't really belong on the tribe. I thought what Lilith and I might have been, like, special, you know? Guess that's what happens when you think everything's going well on a show like this. Gotta stay on your toes, right? I think Amber might be on to me. I mean, logically speaking, I'm the only option. Florabella pitched it. Lilith was the one voted out. Amber knows she voted for. If she doesn't know I'm the one that flipped, she's one of the stupidest mons here. Ramses is fortifying the shelter on his own when Eleanor comes over and asks if he likes it. Oh! He says he doesn't, but Eleanor tries to insist, leading Ramses to state that he prefers working alone, and that others just get in the way, so could she please just stop bothering him? Walks off annoyed, and Jeremiah witnessed the whole thing, thinking less of Ramses afterwards. Becca and Tracy are chatting together and having a good time, trying to find things in common. They ask about ice cream flavors, and find they both love Rocky Road ice cream. It's one of their favorites. They're thrilled at the revelation and go on talking more about Rocky Road ice cream. We fucking stand Rocky Road ice cream, guys. Rocky Road, yeah, right, that's my favorite flavor. It's disgusting. I know Rebecca likes it, so let's get closer with her. I cannot believe Tracy likes Rocky Road. I didn't think anyone liked that garbage flavor. I have to pretend to like it just to get close. Ugh. Day 15. It's day 15, and it's actually time for immunity. Ain't that right? Oh, but this is going to be an interesting immunity challenge. Today's immunity challenge is going to be a bit different from usual. That's because tonight both tribes will be going to tribal council. Both tribes will individually be voting a member of their tribe out of the game tonight. Instead of competing for team immunity, each tribe will be competing against their own tribe mates for individual immunity. Last tribe member remaining from each tribe will win individual immunity, and those final 2 will face off against each other to win reward for their tribe and determining which tribe will go to tribal council. For the immunity portion of today's challenge, we've set up individual rope obstacle courses that each player will be going through. First tribe member to reach the end of each obstacle course will win individual immunity in their tribe's tribal council. For the reward portion, the 2 immunity winners from each tribe will face off in a harder version of the rope course. First of those 2 to finish the obstacle course wins reward for their tribe. The reward for today will start with going to tribal council first, voting a player out of the game first. But after that, the remaining tribe members will get to sit in on their opponent's tribal council. They get to enjoy a feast of meat and soft drinks while watching the other tribe's tribal council, getting insight on what the other tribes got going on. Worth playing for! Damn right it is. Since both tribes are competing, Tonga does not need to sit anyone out. There we go. Buddy is immune for Pukenga and Ace is immune for Tohunga. So there we go. Finally, someone on Pukenga won immunity. Can you believe it? It was only forced. Buddy and Ace will now compete against each other for reward. So which tribe wins reward? Which tribe will be going to Tribal Council first? Tohunga wins reward. Tohunga will go to Tribal first. They'll enjoy a feast of meat and soft drinks while watching Pukenga's Tribal. Another loss. God, Tohunga keeps winning. They are strong. They're stronger than ever. Goodness. Ramses pulls Anita and Rebecca aside, saying he's seen that they're pretty smart and wants to work with them to get someone out tonight at Tribal. When Rebecca asks who, Ramses says he wants Jeremiah out because he's not pulling his weight around camp or in challenges. Rebecca seems all for it, but Anita not so much. She agrees, but with a bit of reluctance. Not all for getting Jeremiah out tonight. The alliance of Anita, Rebecca, Cyrus, Eleanor, Farah, and Tracy meet up together. Rebecca proposes taking out Jeremiah, and while the others agree, Farah and Tracy are reluctant. Anita instead pitches Ramses, because while Jeremiah might be weak, he doesn't think he'll flip. He'll be a number come the merge. But Ramses might be willing to flip on them. The group struggles to agree between the two. He not able to pick. The alliance of Anita, Ace, Farah, Jeremiah, and Tracy afterwards meet up. And Anita fills Jeremiah in that he's a target tonight, but that she's trying to flip the vote onto Ramses. Jeremiah's surprised. Less that he's a target and more that Anita would try this hard to keep him in. Thanks for trying. It acts like it isn't a big deal, and the group agrees to vote for Ramses. We'll have to see how this goes tonight. Ramses and Farah are relaxing by the beach, and Ramses admits he thinks it might be him going tonight. Farah gets nervous hearing that, asking why he'd think that, and Ramses admits no one really's talking to him. But he sees everyone else grouping up. It's kind of a telltale sign he's probably a target tonight. Farah just apologizes. This might be my last time here at camp. No one's even trying to chat with me about what to do tonight. The conversation I had was when I insisted on speaking to Rebecca and Anita. This could be it for me. Just hoping my plan worked. If it didn't, low number in Jeremiah is gone. If it did, Ramses is gone. Do I think it actually flip on merge? Probably. I'm just getting used to Jeremiah as long as he's starting to grow on me, and I don't want to see him go just yet. Florbella laughs about how funny it was seeing Steinhagen trying to compete in the immunity challenge. He goes on for a while joking and laughing about it, even though Steinhagen is clearly annoyed. Steinhagen pulls Buddy and Scrap together, suggesting they take Florabella out tonight. Buddy's all for it, since he's been having problems with Florabella for a while now, and Scrap also seems to agree. Scrap and Tom together. Scrap fills Tom in on the guy's plan to take out Florabella. Tom's not sure if that's a good plan, though, telling Scrap they'll see what the other side says and talk to him later on what they should do for sure. Tom, Amber, and Florabella talk game while relaxing by the shore. Florabella suggests taking Steinhagen out tonight, which Amber seems to disagree with. He does most of the tribe's cooking and is very important in the camp and challenge dynamic. Florabella laughs that off. He only cooks so he could get a bigger portion of food for himself. They get tons more food with him gone. I mean, there has to be like some level of truth to that, right? He's a Snorlax. There's got to be some level of truth to that statement. Two options tonight, it seems. The tribe morale generator in Florabella. The tribe's hardest worker in Steinhagen. Weird stalemate, and I prefer the guys just target Amber for once, so Scrap and I'd have an easy decision. Florabella has been starting to get on my nerves lately. She's been rude to me, making jokes about me, and generally being a nuisance to myself and Buddy. She should be the one to go out tonight. Starting with Tohunga's tribal. Look at this. Tohunga actually hit tribal council for once. Can you believe it? Well, Tohunga tribe, long time since you've seen this place. I believe 12 days since you've been to tribal council. 12 whole days. Really? It's been a while for sure. Still, it doesn't feel like it's been that long. I think I was here just yesterday. When you have a tribe with such fantastic leadership as ours, of course you wouldn't see voting out one of our own for a while. We are just that good at the challenges. Ace brings up a good point about the challenges. You've been on an immunity streak for quite a while now. A streak that technically hasn't been broken yet. Damn right it hasn't, because our tribe is damn good at whatever you put in front of us to do. Yeah, what Cyrus said. We've only lost one immunity challenge and a few rewards. We've been on a roll. I swear, that other tribe is pathetic. That might be a bit much, Ramses, but yeah, we've been doing very well in the challenges. It's felt good not having to vote any of our own off. We're only here because of the twist, too. Otherwise, we'd still be 9 strong tomorrow. That's right. The twist announced earlier today where both tribes would be going to tribal. How'd that make you guys feel? I got scared because I didn't want to lose any of my friends. To be honest, I felt relieved, if anything. It's upsetting to have to vote one of our own off, but I'm not lying when I say we've had some problem tribe members that this could help weed out. This is the sort of release I've been looking for a while now. Come on, we've been strategizing for 2 whole weeks on Ugo's next. Plans change constantly. Finally, something actually happens. Well, Rebecca, you certainly sound excited. So let's get straight to it then. Since Ace has immunity, he cannot receive votes. It is time to vote. Iris, you're up first. If anybody has a hidden immunity item and would like to play it now, would be the time to do so. Alright. Once the votes are read, decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Jeremiah. That's 1 vote, Jeremiah. Ramses. 1 vote, Jeremiah. 1 vote, Ramses. Ramses. That's 2 votes, Ramses. 1 vote, Jeremiah. Ramses. That's 3 votes, Ramses. 1 vote, Jeremiah. Ramses. That's 4 votes, Ramses. 1 vote, Jeremiah. 6 Pokemon voted out of Pocket Survival Lugia's Reef. Ramses. That's 5. That's enough. You're gonna have to bring me your torch. Ramses, tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Yep, had a feeling this would be the outcome. Well, I had a good time here. I was here at least. It was a nice break from the usual construction bid. A unanimous vote to take out Ramses. The unmemorable thing of Ramses was him beating Wendy's ass. You're not wrong. He did do that. Oh, God. So Ramses is out. Tohunga finally loses another member. But Raikou is not on just yet. We got another tribal council tonight, and this time Tohunga in attendance. Look at that. 6 of them, man. It's about to turn to 5. Well, Pukenga, as you can see, Tohunga is here to watch tribal council tonight after winning reward earlier. They are slopping down on some burgers and dogs and drinking some delicious Pepsi or Coke. Either one. And they have all that delicious food too. Oh, food I've been eating for weeks. Calm down, big man. You'll be fine. You guys have been on an immunity losing streak for quite a while, and Tohunga is the tribe directly benefiting from that. Only just having to vote out a 2nd member tonight. You are voting out a 5th. Trying our best, but they're just the better tribe right now. Not much can be done, but trying to improve and get better. I still don't think we're all trying hard enough, actually. I think some of us are content with letting this go on and on, losing every challenge. Whether that is true or not, I know all the losing must be impacting tribe morale. Would that be correct? If you're asking if things are depressing, back at camp, I'm sure you already know the answer. At least us losing isn't why we're here tonight, since both tribes are voting someone out anyway, so guess that's a little bit of relief. That's a pretty positive way to look at it, Amber. And you are right. Both tribes are voting someone out. It's your turn. Buddy has immunity tonight, so he is safe. It is time to vote Scrap. You're up first. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright. Once the votes are read, decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Florabella. 1 vote Florabella. Steinhagen. 1 vote Florabella. 1 vote Steinhagen. Florabella. That's 2 votes Florabella. 1 vote Steinhagen. Steinhagen. 2 votes Florabella. 2 votes Steinhagen. 2 votes left. Steinhagen. That's 3 votes Steinhagen. 2 votes Florabella. 1 vote left. Seventh Pokemon voted out of Pocket Survival. Lugia's Reef. Steinhagen. You're gonna have to bring me your torch. The Snorlax is gone. Steinhagen, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Oh, I was hoping it wouldn't go down this way. Especially since I had an idol. But, at least I can actually eat good food now. Steinhagen had the idol. And he didn't fucking play it. That's a damn shame. I thought Florabella was gone. It almost happened. It almost happened. Episode 7. Remember, there are 15, so we're getting around the halfway point. Day 16. We're getting far in there. Oh my god, they're so small. Oh my god, there's so few. And then you go to Tohunga. Ugh. Actually, they did lose one of their bigger people. Oh, it's a reward challenge. Whoops. 3 members from each tribe start on the beach and must rush into the ocean and dive underwater. There'll be 3 different bags in cages at the bottom of the sea, locked thanks to a long knot. Players must untie the knots, grab the bags, and pull them back to shore. Once all 3 bags are ashore, the remaining 2 tribe members must untie smaller knots on each bag and open them up to reveal stashes of sandbags. Those 2 can then take turns throwing the sandbags to knock down 5 targets. First tribe to knock over all 5 targets wins reward. A reward for winning this challenge will be a trip to visit a waterfall and enjoy a delicious feast. Alright, Tohunga, to keep the tribes even numbered, must sit 3 Pokemon out. Choosing to sit out Cyrus, Ace, and Anita. Tohunga wins reward. They get to visit a beautiful waterfall and enjoy a delicious feast that Pukenga does not get to enjoy. While Tohunga is on the reward, Cyrus shares that him and his friends in Team Galactic often had eating contests whenever they could scrounge up just a fraction of this much food. Jeremiah seems to find the story fun and challenges Cyrus to an eating contest right by the waterfall. Cyrus jokes that he beats his larger friends at this sort of thing all the time, and that beating Jeremiah would be no joke, but he'll humor him. The rest of the time watches as, shockingly, Jeremiah out-eats Cyrus and wins the contest. The rest of the tribe is impressed by Jeremiah's eating abilities. Beautiful. After the reward, Eleanor and Rebecca are relaxing at camp when Eleanor points out that Rebecca is around the age to think about settling down and having children. Rebecca reacts negatively to this, and Eleanor apologizes for pushing it on her, saying it's her choice. She shouldn't have been pushing it in the first place. Jeremiah and Farah are relaxing by the beach chatting when game talk inevitably comes up. Rather than talking strategy or anything, Farah opens up that Jeremiah is one of the only 2 Mons on this tribe she really trusts. Jeremiah is surprised, and Farah continues explaining that her interaction with Jeremiah have felt real and secure that he isn't hiding himself. She also trusts Tracy, who reminds her of one of the kids she takes care of at the orphanage. The way Eleanor brought up kids to me, that's the same way my asshole of a dad does too. It drives me crazy. It doesn't mean a lot that she thought I didn't like it and apologize. My dad would have kept pushing and pushing until we had a screaming match. Buddy approaches Florabella, who tries walking off, but Buddy insists, hey, he needs to talk to her, and it's important. He opens up that the dysfunction between the two is not healthy for them and for the tribe, and he feels like it gets in the way of things during challenges too, which is not helping them much at all. He apologized for lying to her about the Atom vote and asks if they can spend some time talking to try and patch things up. Florabella listens and reluctantly agrees to give it a chance, and the two spend some time chatting. Be trying to heal that dysfunction. Could go a long way. Maybe a little late for it, but could go a long way still. Scrap and Tom get together and talk game. Long-term game. Merge game. They discuss what the plan is if they can both manage to reach the merge, and Tom admits that they see no use in sticking loyal to Pukenga. Tom wants to flip to the other tribe come the merge with Scrap. Scrap's taken aback some, but agrees to try it and make it seem like he will. So, obviously someone else sees that Pukenga's a bit of a sinking ship right now. Doesn't want any part of it. Wow, so when the merge hits, Tom wants to just abandon everyone else but me and go right onto the other tribe and gel with them. I'm not really sure how to take that. Day 17. Getting up there. Ace pulls Farah aside, admitting that he overheard her conversation with Jeremiah the day before and was wondering why she didn't trust him. Farah seems nervous and tries to defuse, but when pressed further, she admits that she just hadn't had enough time to get to know him yet. Ace is insulted, bringing up that they both work with kids, so what's the issue? Farah apologizes and Ace stalks off, remarking that she'll regret not trusting him. Ace gathers the entire tribe together in the middle of camp and suddenly exposes his alliance. Himself, Anita, Farah, Jeremiah, and Tracy all working together, a majority of the vote, to stay in the game until Final 5. It's been about a week since he had been brought in, so he wasn't even involved in the initial creation of the alliance, keep that in mind, but he's gotten tired of how toxic the alliance is. The other months involved in the alliance seem surprised at the sudden blow up. Goodness, Ace just blew up a lot of games right there. Oh. Ace exposed Nessex earlier for petty reasons. This is shocking but not real. Wow. I had no idea that Ace would be capable of that. Oh, this could be detrimental. Oh, goodness. Idol found. Someone else found a hidden immunity idol. There are only 5 options as to who it could be now. That narrows it down quite a lot. Scrap and Tom are talking game when Buddy and Florabella come up and join them. Florabella admits she sees the importance in keeping the tribe's current strongest member in, and after they spoke, I started getting along with him again. Tom uses this to imply that would mean Amber would have to go next tribal. Florabella seems fine with it. Florabella and I have been hanging out a lot the past few weeks, but I noticed ever since Buddy talked to her, they've been much closer, and they haven't talked near as often as before. I wonder what that could be about. Day 18. It's immunity time again! Both tribes will start on their starting mats with a large sand pit in front of them. Buried in the sand is 15 different puzzle pieces. The tribe must dig through the sand to recover the pieces. Once they recover all 15, they advance to a tall scaffolding-like set where 15 more pieces are scattered around to find. After all 30 pieces are found, the tribes must return to the start and use those pieces to complete a large puzzle. First tribe to finish their puzzle wins immunity. Losing tribe will go to tribal council where someone will be the 8th Pokemon voted out of Pocket Survival, Lugia's Reef. Alright. Tohonga, to keep the tribe's even number for the challenge, must sit 3 Pokemon out. They cannot sit the same Pokemon out in back-to-back challenge. They should sit Tracy, Jeremiah, and Eleanor. They will not be competing in the immunity challenge. Alright, who wins immunity? Oh my god, Tohonga won immunity! Hey, God, we can't have to go to tribal and vote someone off their tribe. Pukenga's going to tribal again. Jeremiah is sulking in the shelter when Rebecca approaches, seeing what's up. Jeremiah's not taking the outburst from Ace very well, saying it blew up his game and he has no chance at winning. Rebecca laughs some, remarking that if he has no chance, he should at least help someone else win and be a good loyal number to them. Despite this clearly being a dig, Jeremiah actually agrees with Rebecca on this, saying he'll help Anita win. Eleanor pulls Anita aside and demands to know why she was in a secret alliance without her. Anita's excuse is that she wanted to form an alliance of outsiders to make it easier to pick them off so they'd be less suspicious when tribal came and easier to blindside. And that's it. Eleanor seems pissed still, but reluctantly accepts that answer. Tracy pulls a still riled up Ace toward the beach and admits she loved seeing the chaos he caused in blowing up his alliance and would love to bring into the final two. Ace is a bit caught off guard as Tracy isn't talking like her usual cutesy self, and when he asks, she admits it's just an act, but it's not like it matters because she is his only chance of making it further in the game. Realizing this is his one and only chance, Ace agrees to being a number for Tracy. Ace is being fucking blackmailed now. That's one less mod I don't have to worry about hiding myself around. I share this with Ace. Well, if he makes it to the jury, you'll see me as the only mon willing to give him a second chance. First mon that revealed my true self to him. Get him to merge, and he's one vote toward me, guaranteed. Amber approaches Florabella at the watering hole and asks what the idea for tonight is, pointing out that for the past few days, they haven't been talking all that much. Florabella laughs it off, insisting that Amber doesn't know what she's talking about. Tells her that Buddy is out tonight, easy. Amber goes along with it, although seems suspicious of Florabella still. Buddy and Scrap are chilling by the beach when Scrap suggests that maybe they should vote someone other than Amber out tonight. Buddy's confused, saying there's no reason to vote Florabella out. Scrap corrects him by suggesting Tom. Buddy's surprised and asks why, but Scrap just remarks that he's been thinking about it the past few days now. Scrap's throwing Tom's name out there. Tonight is an easy vote. It really doesn't get much simpler than this. 4 votes on to Amber. He's gone. One other mon receives a vote. Doesn't matter who. After this, it has to be the merge. Right in with 2 more easy votes, Buddy and Florabella. By that point, Scrap and I have had enough time to bleed our way into Tohunga's tribe dynamic. We step our way to the end. I win as the clear leader of the duo. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling about tonight. Florabella and I usually talk so much more. Today it was pretty quiet. Almost like the vote was obvious. Another Pukenga tribal fucking gets. I hope Florabella and Tom live. They're both great. We love Florabella and Tom. Well, Pukenga was another immunity challenge earlier today, and another loss, meaning you 5 have to make another sacrifice for the sake of your tribe. I gotta tell you, like, seriously, man, we're not trying to be here every chance we get. We're putting our all into these challenges, man. That other tribe is way too strong. It's hard to compete with them at this point. Our number's so low. Another unfortunate loss, so let's just get on track here with a simple question. Anyone notice anything a stranger can, maybe? An opinion they like to air out right now, maybe? Well, Florabella and I used to talk a lot, but the past few days she's been kind of hanging with the others more and dodging my questions, making me pretty suspicious. Oh, nonsense, Amber. Everything's been normal as always. I'm not sure what you're on about. We spoke just earlier today. Yeah, and the fact that you're insinuating something submissive is pretty rude, so I say let's just get to the vote before you hurt Florabella's feelings anymore. Well, if the tribes insists, it is time to vote. Tom, you're up first. If anybody has a hidden immunity item and would like to play it now, would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Buddy. That's 1 vote, Buddy. Amber. 1 vote, Buddy. 1 vote, Amber. Amber. That's 2 votes, Amber. 1 vote, Buddy. 8th Pokemon voted out of Pocket Survival Lugia's Reef, Amber. That's 3 votes. That's enough. You're gonna have to bring me your torch. Unfortunately, that is Amber gone. Surprisingly easy vote. Amber, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. I had an unfortunate feeling this would be the case, and turns out I was right. I still hope for their sake a merge comes soon, or that they win more. It's unfortunate for Amber. Episode 8 in Haiti. Ooh. That's pretty small. I would argue that everyone that is left here has at least contributed a decent amount to the pre-merge content for Pukenga. I would argue that that is the case. Maybe scrap the least, but not by a whole lot. And then we got Tohunga. Ooh, Tohunga killing it. I mean, Tom said it has to be merge, right? I mean, it's gotta be time for the merge. Ain't that the truth? It's time for a fucking reward challenge. His reward is a game of bowling. Both tribes will select one representative per game. That representative is given 2 rolls to knock down as many pins as possible. Player that knocks down the most pins wins a point for their tribe. First tribe to reach 3 points wins reward. Reward for winning this challenge will be a feast of pizza, garlic bread, and wings. Packet camp. That's worth playing for. Of course, Tohunga has to now sit 4 Pokemon out. Okay, it is to the point where Tohunga's sit-out picture has more involved than Pukenga's being alive picture. Round 1 in bowling, Scrap versus Jeremiah. Pukenga wins first game of bowling there. That was 1 point for Pukenga. They got Tom versus Tracy. Pukenga earns another point. The Magikarp can bowl. Look at that, guys. The Magikarp can bowl. That's 2-0. Pukenga's up in the lead right now. Florabella versus Eleanor. Tohunga earns a point there. Oh no, is it happening? Pukenga's in the lead 2-1. Round 4, Buddy versus Ace. Okay, well maybe they're fine. The losing never gets old, and it will keep getting funnier if they lose again. Look, they won! Pukenga won reward. They won a feast of pizza, garlic bread, and wings. Massive. They won a reward. Look at that. 4 remaining members of the Pukenga tribe celebrate their huge reward win. They devour the delicious food and vow to use the energy granted from this delicious meal to press on and win the next immunity challenge. Do you guys think they have any chance? I think they do. Always have a chance. After the satisfying reward win, Buddy and Scrap take some time just relaxing together by the beach. They don't talk game nor strategy. They talk about whatever they feel like. Getting a better feel for each other and having a really positive experience with one another, feeling like closer friends than they were before. It's not how the challenge was supposed to go. I suspect rigging from the host. You go, so I'll destroy the pizza. No, they're gonna lose eating the pizza. They're gonna lose. Oh, finally. It has felt so long since our last victory at this point, but finally, we have won again. It feels so good, and the food is simply divine. With this fuel, there's no way we lose the next immunity challenge. Farah is preparing a simple meal of rice for the tribe when Tracy waddles over, asks if she can help. Farah finds it adorable as Tracy's putting on her cutesy act and asks her to get some firewood. Tracy comes back a little while later with some small twigs and branches, and Farah fucking squeals at how adorable that shit is. Oh my god, that shit's so adorable. Cyrus pulls Anita and Jera. That's not Anita. That's Eleanor. Okay, Cyrus pulls Eleanor and Jeremiah together and immediately starts talking crap about Anita. About how she's in control of the tribe and is clearly more strategic than originally anticipated. What with the whole secret alliance blow up before. He wants to take Anita down. He wants their help. Jeremiah's conflicted, but that doesn't seem to matter as Eleanor is completely against it. As she doesn't want to work with Jeremiah, convinced that he hates her. Jeremiah's conflicted, but that doesn't matter as they will not be coming up for elimination the rest of the... Imagine they don't eliminate anyone else in the pre-bridge. Tracy pulls Ace aside and demands to know if he has any ideas on a potential third mod to bring into this field between. Ace doesn't. Tracy scolds him for being stupid. Ace nearly shouts back at her, but Tracy stops him by reminding him of all the bridges he's burned and how she is the only one willing to hear him out right now. Ace grumbles but apologizes. Tracy ignores the apology and will find a third mod herself. We lost the reward challenge at her, which sure is a bit of a bummer. But what I've noticed is no one on the tribe seems to care. Like, we already know we're winning immunity anyway, so it's just like, why even care that we lost the reward? Everyone's basically acted like nothing happened. Yay. Grap and Tong come together to discuss who the better mon to take out would be if they lose and go back to tribal council. After some discussion, Florabella seems to be the one on the chopping block. Buddy and Florabella are chatting away in camp, relaxing, when Buddy makes a joking comment that ends up offending Florabella. She goes off on him for being insensitive and complains that she made a mistake in trusting him and should have stuck with Amber to the end. Buddy and Florabella are at odds again. They got one vote out of it. They got a vote out of their friendship, at least. One. I cannot believe I let him trick me into trusting him last tribal. Ah, he should have been gone. It was right there. The seeds are all planted, but I let him make me believe Amber should go. Ah! Ace pulls Anita aside, asking her what the plan is if they go to tribal council. Anita's shocked at Ace's audacity, telling him off for even thinking for a second they were still alright after that garbage pulled in revealing the alliance. Anita puts her foot down, insisting she isn't working with Ace, and she'd be hard-pressed to find someone who would be willing to work with him. Ace tries to counter that what he did wasn't that bad, but Anita stomps off in annoyance. Anita Eleanor's her way away. Cyrus pulls Eleanor aside, trying to get her to agree with working with Jeremiah. At first, Eleanor is still completely against it, but Cyrus keeps pushing and trying to convince her, playing the card that living in some cat's shadow for the rest of the game wouldn't make a very good case for winning at the end, and Eleanor to get the idea. Reluctantly, she agrees. Rebecca is getting some water from the watering hole when Jeremiah approaches. Rebecca makes a snide comment about if he's done anything to help Anita win, like he said he would. Jeremiah seems a bit embarrassed, but says he hasn't been able to think of ways to do that. Rebecca jokes about him being useless and helps him brainstorm ideas. I saw Ace earlier trying to act all buddy with Anita. It was hilarious. Who really thinks anyone but me would be willing to work with him at this point? A foolish mistake, and now I have him in my pocket and mine alone. A21. We are finally at another immunity challenge. Whoa! 2 members of each tribe will start the challenge belted together, having to race across a mud pit over and through multiple obstacles, retrieve a flag, and bring it back where they started. A third tribe member will be waiting to crawl through their own muddy obstacle course with the flag to place it in a hole at the end. That will trigger a chest of puzzle pieces to open between both obstacle courses, where the final tribe member must solve the puzzle on their own. First tribe to solve the puzzle wins immunity. Losing tribe will go to tribal council, where someone will be the 9th Pokemon voted out of Pocket Survival. Lugia's Reef. Alright, Tohunga, to keep the tribe's even number for the challenge, must sit 4 Pokemon out. Since they only have 4 Pokemon that they physically can sit out, Ace, Tracy, Jeremiah, and Eleanor must sit out by default. It is to the point where they have to sit half of their tribe out to be able to compete with Pukenga. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tohunga wins immunity. Pukenga wants to go to tribal council, but someone off of their tribe and out of the game again. They're down again. Oh my goodness. Back at Tohunga's camp, though, Anita pulls Cyrus aside, admitting to him that she's heard he was throwing rumors around about her around the tribe. Cyrus openly admits, saying she's in control of the tribe right now. It's bothering him. Anita shakes her head, insisting Farah is in the power position right now, so having an in with everyone. they ever went to tribal again, she could control things very easily, especially down the stretch. Cyrus seems to be convinced by Anita's words. Anita getting that manipulation game going. Farah is preparing the shelter to sleep for later tonight when Rebecca comes and asks what she thinks of everyone else. Farah tries to insist she likes everyone equally, but Rebecca knows she's been around Tracy and Jeremiah a lot. Farah tries to insist otherwise, a bit worried something like the Ace situation may happen again. Rebecca laughs it off, suggesting Farah tread carefully from now on, and that she knows what game the Venusaur is playing. That can't be good. Tracy pulls Ace and Eleanor to the side, and Tracy opens up about her act to Eleanor, and demands that the three of them make a final three. She insists she shows the Mons she believe are the most on the outs with the tribe and needing of a hand to guide them, as she be the one to do so. Eleanor almost seems happy about the reveal from Tracy, accepting the deal without a second thought, which weirds Ace out a bit. And even he felt a little weird about Tracy opening up that her cutesy stuff was an act. Eleanor just seemed to buy it. But cool. Fucking let's send it. Farah came to talk to me earlier about a problem she was having with Rebecca of all months too. Seemed hurt about Rebecca told her, but she wouldn't go into detail. I just hope it wasn't anything personal, but Rebecca doesn't give off very nice vibes. Pukenga, they have tribal again. Not long after the challenge, Buddy and Scrap come together. Scrap remarks that tonight is the night and that Tom is going out. Buddy agrees, on the same page. Tom and Florabella come together, and Florabella tells Tom that she wants Buddy out tonight. Tom is all for it, seeing as the perfect Mon to take out in this instance, so himself, Scrap, and Florabella can hopefully make the merge if it comes after tonight. Agree and shake on it. Scrap eventually meets up with Tom. The Magic Scrap makes a joke about Scrap acting weird. And after a lukewarm reaction, Tom shares the news that Buddy's out tonight. Scrap seems surprised. He insists Buddy will be more loyal going to the merge, and Tom laughs, not caring since they're flipping at the merge anyway. It's not a big deal. In this scenario, Florabella is the easier Mom to take as a sacrifice to the end. Ooh. Scrap sees Buddy and Florabella arguing with each other again on the beach, runs down to try and play mediator, scrambling to get them both to back down. It doesn't work very well though, and by the end of the argument, both Mons are shouting that the other is going out tonight or else. Scrap tries to convince them to keep it on Tom, but neither are hearing it. This Tom vote may have just fallen away from Scrap. That would be unfortunate. That Maractus, insulted my family. Said that any parent willing to let their child partake in the weed industry is like a failure, dude. Insult me all you want, but I won't stand for insulting my parents. That's where I draw the line, man. Tonight is the night that damn Typhlosion says goodbye. He's manipulated me multiple times this game for his own good, and I refuse to let it go on any longer than it already has. Seems like the vote is between Florabella and Buddy. Well, Pukenga, do I even have to bring up another lost immunity challenge? We had a lot of hope after the reward, but that didn't seem to help as much as we thought it did, so maybe let's change the subject. Alright, well I heard there was an argument earlier at camp between two tribe mates, so what was that all about? I am tired of being manipulated by the big beige oaf sitting behind me. I refuse to stand for it anymore, and I'm voting for him tonight. Listen, dude, I was just playing the game, but she had to make it personal and start insulting my family, which is where I draw the line. So I'm voting for her tonight. Well then, it pretty much sounds like two Mons are already on the chopping block. Damn right. Makes tonight's vote extra easy if you ask me. The target's already up. Just gotta side with one of them and fire off the other. Well, let's just see which side of the argument this vote aligns with. It is time to vote. Scrap, you're up first. If anybody has a hidden immunity item and would like to play it now, would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. Alright, first vote. Florabella. That's 1 vote Florabella. Buddy. 1 vote Florabella. 1 vote Buddy. Buddy. That's 2 votes Buddy. 1 vote Florabella. 1 vote left. Ninth Pokemon voted out, and the first member of our jury, Buddy. You're gonna have to bring me your torch. Buddy, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. I tried my best, man. I really did. I don't know why Florabella had such a huge problem with me. All in the past now, I guess. But he goes home to mommy. Dude, Buddy would definitely... Buddy would love Rhea. Buddy would love Rhea Ripley. Oh, goodness.